Recording first. Okay. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Healthy Mind, Healthy Life, where we uncover the secrets to building not just a successful business, but also a healthier and happier you. I'm your host, Avik, and today we are diving into a topic that affects literally every single one of us: sleep, and how it impacts our health, productivity, and even our relationships. Yeah. Now, we all know how crucial sleep is, but how often do we stop to think about the role our mattresses, bedding, and the pillows play in the quality of our sleep? Or even, you can say, like, how your mattress might affect other areas of your life. Yep. So, we are going there. So, joining me today is someone who has turned sleep into a science and a mission, Derek Hales. So, welcome to the show, Derek.
Thank you so much for having me.
Lovely, lovely. So, Derek, like before we start, I'll quickly love to introduce you to all of our listeners. Dear listeners, Derek is the founder and editor in chief of naplab.com, a platform that uses objective, data driven testing to help people find the perfect mattress. So, with over a decade of experience testing more than 410 mattresses, he has made it his life's work to help people improve their sleep quality without breaking the bank. So, you might have seen him on ABC's Tamron Hall show, Freakonomics, CBS News, or even ESPN. So, Derek, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to pick your brain about all things sleep, health, and entrepreneurship.
Absolutely. Well, as you said, this is such a critical
Yeah.
topic just for every single person. As sleep just affects everything
Hmm.
about us. So making sure we can do everything we can to get
Yeah.
a best night's sleep as far as mattresses go is
Yeah.
critical.
Exactly, exactly. So I'll quickly love to come here. Like sleep is something that we all need, and yet so many of us don't get enough of it, or maybe even worse as well. The sleep we do get like isn't restorative as well. So, from your perspective, why is it such a cornerstone for the overall health?
I mean, sleep powers everything. Sleep
Mm-hmm.
is essentially the restorative engine, the healing engine of our body. If you
Mm-hmm.
are sleeping well, you are
Mm-hmm.
feeling well. You have the energy you need. Your body is able to recover and restore itself during the night. And inversely, when you're not sleeping well, things start to fall apart. Energy's down, mood is down, health is down. There's just
Yeah.
been countless studies that show what a critical role sleep plays into the overall well-being and health of everyone alive.
Mm-hmm. Understood. And for those who are listening who might struggle with the sleep, how do you, I mean, where do you usually recommend they start?
Well, sleep is such a big topic, right?
Mhm.
There's so many facets that impact the sleep. We
True.
have what I would consider kind of the simpler things, right? The
Mm-hmm.
your mattress, your pillows, your bedding,
Yeah.
your environment in your room, the temperature, things that we can relatively easily control. And
True.
then I think that's the easiest place to start because it's the
Mhm.
most accessible to us.
Correct.
But of course, then there's so many other factors beyond that, from
Mhm.
stress and mental well-being to social factors, to your home life, to your specific environment
Mhm.
that can also impact, how well you're sleeping, if you're sleeping well rested, sleeping deeply, and if that sleep is being truly restorative to the body or not.
Mm. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. And so let's talk about the mattress especially. I'm really very curious about it. So you have tested like 410 mattresses and an incredible number, definitely. So what are some of the biggest mistakes that people make when choosing a mattress?
I think that the biggest mistake is
Mm-hmm.
not spending enough money. There
Okay.
is this sort of notion by some that, For
Mm,
two, three, $400, you can get a mattress that's just as good as anything else. And
mm.
based on my testing, that's just not true. The sort
Okay.
of ultra budget category of mattress just doesn't last that long. It's not going to provide
Mm,
as much support as higher end mattresses, and it's not going
mhm,
to perform as well. Now, to be fair, you do not need to spend, four or five
mm,
thousand dollars on a bed. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. But there is a point where you really will step up in performance, and I think that point is around $1,000. If you can get up to around a thousand
mhm,
dollars for a queen, you can really step into a higher level of quality and a higher level of performance.
mm,
And a mattress is just going to last longer. Those types of mattresses tend to last 8 to 10 years, where
mm,
mattresses in that ultra budget category, in addition to just not being great performers, are typically
mm,
not going to last as long. Maybe lasting more like in the 3 to 5 year range typically.
mm. Exactly. Understood. And like uh if someone's shopping for a mattress on a budget, then what are the key factors they should prioritize? I mean, are there any affordable options that you think over deliver?
There are still some good affordable options, and if you absolutely have to, I completely understand.
Mm,
The mattress shopping is difficult at every price tier because there
yeah.
is so much snake oil, so much marketing
Mm,
speak. You go through and you read these product pages, or you go into a store, and it seems like they've sort of sprinkled fairy dust into four different layers and all
mm,
of these things. It's hard to determine what's actually having an impact versus not. The one thing that mattress brands can't hide is the
mm,
weight of the mattress. If you look at a mattress and it
mm,
is only 60 pounds, that in most cases is a bit of a red
mm,
flag. Lighter weighted mattresses simply mean they have less material in them. In general, less material means the mattress isn't going to last as long and it's not going to provide as much support as mattresses that have more material and therefore
mm,
weigh more. So if you are trying to mattress shop and sort of sift through sort of the marketing speak
mm,
and marketing nonsense, look for mattresses that weigh more, especially those that are 100 pounds or more for a queen size, as the thicker, heavier weighted beds are simply going to
mm.
last longer and in the vast majority of cases also perform better.
Okay. Understood. Understood. Yeah. So, bedding and pillows are often an afterthought for people, but they can make or break the sleep experience. So, what's your advice for finding the perfect pillow or bedding setup?
Sure. So you're absolutely right. Let's start
Uh-huh.
with pillows.
Okay.
The pillow really depends on the sleeping position. So
Mm-hmm.
if we are a stomach sleeper, we need something really flat. That's going to help our spine stay in alignment with the
Mm-hmm.
mattress and the pillow. If you
Correct.
are a side sleeper, you generally want
Mm-hmm.
something that is going to be a little bit taller. That's going to better support the side of the neck here, and again
Mm-hmm.
help to create even spinal alignment from the head and neck all the way down through the spine and back.
Mm-hmm.
Back sleepers generally want something sort of mid height, so between those two.
Okay.
As far as sort of specific materials, whether it's a little bit more fluffy or a sort of
Mm-hmm.
solid core or it's squishy, those can be more preferential. But really, we
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure we get the right height for our sleeping
Mm-hmm.
position. The bedding really comes down to feel more than anything else. But the one big thing that is most
Mm-hmm.
important for sleep with respect to bedding is cooling.
Okay.
Cooling has one of those factors has been continually shown where when we sleep cooler at night, we sleep
Mm-hmm.
better, we sleep deeper. That's going to allow for more restorative and more healing sleep. So finding a set of sheets that can breathe well and sleep cooler is going to lead to better overall sleep. This is an area
Mm-hmm.
where, again, spending a decent amount of money will help. A good set of sheets can last you, 10 to 15 years. So spending,
Mm-hmm.
150 to $300 is kind of the sweet spot to make sure we're getting something that's higher quality enough. As
Mm-hmm.
far as specific materials go, with respect to cooling sheets, I really like the sort of high performance polyester
Mm-hmm.
from Bedgear and Cheeks. It's a almost like workout material, sort
Mm-hmm.
of like a Lycra spandex, Nike dry fit type material. Incredibly
Okay.
breathable, incredibly soft and smooth, and incredibly cool. So they are fantastic for cooling. If you prefer more natural fibers, then you really
Mm-hmm.
can't go with a 100% cotton. Look for something in the
Mm-hmm.
250 to 320 thread count. As you get thread count higher than that, you have issues with
Mm-hmm.
breathability. As you get thread count lower than that, you have issues with durability. So that
Mm-hmm.
250 to 320 is kind of the sweet spot in my view, is for natural fibers.
Okay. Okay. And okay. So are there the like you mentioned about the side sleepers? So are there certain materials or the designs?
For the pillow, I you know
Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell me, yeah.
I've seen a wide array of
Mm-hmm.
material types be perfectly fine for size image. The height is definitely the biggest factor. Some
Okay.
people like the sort of more fluffy pillow that you can mold a little bit, and so there we're
Mm-hmm.
usually going to see some type of um,
Mm-hmm.
shredded or noodled memory foam or latex, in
Uh-huh.
addition to some polyfiber fills. But
Okay.
you'll also see sort of that the solid core pillow made of either polyurethane foam, memory foam,
Mm-hmm.
or latex foam. This is one of those things that is very polarizing. Some sleepers
Okay.
really love that solid block of
Mm-hmm.
foam. It just works for them, whereas others find it just really distasteful and it's hard to sleep on because it doesn't have that sort of traditional fluffy pillow feel. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't think there are any hard, you have to sleep on this material type because it's better. There are a wide range. Again, this kind of comes down to quality issues again. There are, shredded memory foam pillows as cheap as
Mm-hmm.
$30 and as expensive as
Mm-hmm.
$300. I think
Okay.
the sort of, let's say, $80 to $150 range for most pillows is kind of the sweet spot where we're maximizing sort of performance value and longevity without spending more than we need to. But
Mm-hmm.
just like with mattresses, we want to spend a decent amount so that we get something that's going to perform well, and most importantly,
Mm-hmm.
something that's going to last long and provide sufficient support for the head and neck.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. And you have built a business around something and as universal as sleep, but your uh, journey started as a hobby project. So, what are some of the biggest lessons that you have learned transitioning from that one bedroom apartment operation to running the naplab.com as a full-fledged business?
That's a great question. I think it's really a case of just being willing and able to start without having a perfect plan. When I got going, I had an idea. I really just wanted to kind of make a website over a weekend, really just kind of for fun, something to do on the weekend,
Mm,
and I thought it could help a few people. I had no sort of idea where we were headed.
mm,
So, looking back, I wish I had sort of set some groundwork, a
mhm.
little bit more of a foundation, if I had
Okay.
kind of known where we were going. But
Mhm.
at the same time, I'm a big believer in sort of learn by doing. I look back
Okay.
at our first site and, compared to what we're doing now, it's
Mm,
not great. And even, stuff that we did even just a couple of years ago, I think, and I look at that and say, well, that was
mm,
good, but, there's so many weak spots. We could have done this better, could have done this better. But I think, I know the biggest thing I learned is just to get started, and be
mm,
willing to update and fix and improve along the way, and just be okay with it not being totally perfect at every moment.
mm. Okay. Okay. And so, how do you find balance, like the entrepreneurship with maintaining your own health, especially when running a business that's all about promoting better sleep?
So for me, over the years, it
Mm,
has just
mm.
been developing a regimented, really hard-lined routine,
Okay.
particularly where sort of work life and personal life, meet. It is very easy to
Mm,
never stop working, I think, as an entrepreneur or really any solo or small
mm,
business operation. And definitely earlier in my career, I kind of fell into that trap. And it's just
mm,
for me, it was very easy to sort of spiral and this just stress spiral where it's just
mm,
nothing but work stress, fear on kind of rotation. And so I really had to set myself at times where these are the hours I'm
mm,
working. This is my family time. This is my me time. This is my sleep
mm,
time. And I very rarely
mm,
violate those routines.
mm,
And again, it may vary a little bit for every person, but I do think there is great benefit to having routine and structure and creating
mm,
some clear boundaries for yourself. Otherwise, it's so easy for a small business to really take over your entire life. And while I think it can seem that, working more hours will
True.
lead to better results, I don't think that's always true. Certainly in my case, having
Mm,
the balance allowed me to recover, still,
mm,
have a personal life, still have, what sort of made me me. And I think that downtime then gives me
mm.
what I need to be productive and effective when I am at work.
Okay. Lovely. And let's bring all together listeners. Like, what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone who wants to improve their sleep starting tonight? I mean, if you can share.
One piece of advice for tonight, get off the phone 30 minutes before bed and don't take the phone to bed. That is, I think, by far the biggest thing. Certainly for me and my wife, sort of again creating some boundaries where we create that space between phone and work and play and digital life,
Mm,
and just be able to unplug for a little bit. I know we're all working and playing hard, and the phones are a great tool for that. But certainly, with respect to sleep, having the phone in the bedroom, I think, can be a big distraction, and will absolutely negatively impact the sleep for many.
lovely. Lovely. That's great. And what's the low-hanging fruit that most people overlook?
For with respect to sleep, certainly, like I said, phones and screen time, I think, is a big one. I think another one is just making room and space to de-stress kind of every day. For me, I try to take a 20 to 30 minute walk around the block just to get
Mm,
outside, get some fresh air,
yeah.
take a moment to not be on my phone, to not be on my computer.
Mm,
Whether that is, something, walking or exercising, or even just,
true.
doing some cardio stuff in your home, just some
Mm,
time to take some intentional exercise time, I think makes a big difference, not only to stress and well-being, but also just then being productive again. You take that break, you come back energized
mm,
and ready to do what you need to do.
yeah. Exactly. Perfect. Great, lovely. So, Derek, this has been such an eye-opening conversation, and I think uh, we have all learned that sleep isn't just about closing our eyes, it's all about creating an environment that sets up for real restorative rest. And for the listeners, if you're ready to take your sleep to the next level, then be sure to check out Derek's platform, naplab.com, and you will find the detailed, objective reviews and the personalized recommendations to help you find the perfect mattress, pillow, or the bedding setup. So, um, as always, do not forget to subscribe to Healthy Mind and Healthy Life and leave us a review if you loved today's episode. So, share this with someone you know who could use better sleep. It might just change their life. So, until next time, I'm your host Avik, reminding you to build a healthy mind, healthy body, and a healthy life. So, sleep well, and I see you soon.